Today we got a story time of a kid who thinks Roblox is actually real. This story is completely hilarious. I know you'll enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new, and let's just jump right into it. So we're gonna call the subscriber who submitted this story Dennis. So anyways, there's a kid in Dennis's class who we're gonna call Ben. So anyways, Ben was like, I don't know, he was kind of not unliked by everyone, but he definitely wasn't super popular or super well-liked or anything. And that was because like a little while ago, he was kind of a jerk to everybody, but he wanted to make it up to everyone. So he goes up to everyone one day and he's like, hey, Dennis, hey. And he says to a bunch of other people, I want to take you guys out to dinner. Like, it'll be on my dime. And remember, these guys are in like 7th grade. So saying on my dime basically means I will spend all my birthday and Christmas money on you. So it's like, it's a really big deal. I mean, it's always nice when someone says, hey, man, I'll like pay for dinner. Like that's always a really nice compliment, but especially in like 7th grade, bro, like that's crazy. Cause like you don't really have a lot of opportunities to make money unless you're literally like Ryan Toy Reviews and makes like $24 million a year. God damn. But anyways, right. Yeah. So everyone was like, sure, bro. Like I got to talk to my parents, right? Dennis is like, I got to talk to my mom, but yeah, I'd love to. Like that sounds really fun. I'd be totally down to do that. So sure enough, this kid is like, all right, perfect. Like, yeah, that's awesome. So anyways, eventually, basically all the moms somehow coordinated whatever, right? And the Ben, the kid, the Roblox kid, as you're about to see, was really intent on, I'm going to be the one who spends like the money on it or whatever. And I think that like no one really questioned it for some reason. But anyways, let's skip ahead to the actual dinner. So sure enough, it is Ben, it is Dennis, and everyone else is there at dinner. So they get to dinner, and the Roblox kid, Ben, says, guys, you can order literally whatever you want. It's all on me. Don't worry about it. So obviously, Dennis and his friends were like, okay, bro, like if you're really going to let us like order whatever we want, then sure. So they all get like, I don't know, they get burgers with like deluxe fries or whatever, because you know if it's not on their dime, man, and he literally explicitly said get whatever you want, Len, then like okay, bro, if that's what you want, then that's what you want. So anyways, it's finally coming around time to pay the bill, and this is where the title "Kid Thinks Roblox is Real" really comes into play, because it's finally time for him to settle up. It's finally time for him to pay, right? And so everyone's kind of sitting, chatting. Everyone's had like a really good time. Like genuinely, everyone really enjoyed this experience. And before what is about to happens, they kind of were all like, you know what, man, this guy's actually kind of cool. Like Ben's kind of chill. Maybe we were like too hard on him. Maybe he was a little strange or mean to us in the past, but we can really put that behind us, man. Like it's whatever at this point. And so the waiter comes over and, oh my God. Basically, Ben is like, all right, so so he gets the bill, right? He gets the bill. The waiter hands Ben the bill, and Ben looks at it. He says, waiter, can you come back for a second? The waiter's like, yeah, sure. And Ben's like, can you convert this to Robux for me? And the waiter just looks at him with this kind of like, what is a Robux? And he's like, well, I'll be paying in Robux. So how many Robux will this be? And the waiter's looking at him like, this is we only accept U.S. currency. I don't know what you're trying to pay in, but yeah. And that's when the kid, it's like this kid saw a ghost, bro. Ben's face goes white. He's like, you don't accept Robux? And the waiter's like, yeah, haha. Well, I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'll give you some time to pay. So the waiter gets up and leaves, and everyone looks at Ben and is like, wait. Did you actually expect them to accept Robux? Wait. So at this point, Dennis is starting to realize what is actually happening here. So basically what happened was that Ben, the Roblox kid, must have assumed the Robux were like equivalent to like dollars or something. So he must have seen his like 30,000 Robux and was like, dude, I'm freaking rich, bro. But here's the thing. I don't know, like, if you guys knew this, but you can't, like, go into a restaurant and be like, here's my Robux, here's my V-Bucks, here are my Minecraft coins, here are my, like, bro, you can't be doing that. So I think the kid was like, dude, I'm super freaking rich, let me get all the boys back together, let me take them out to dinner, yeah, stuff like that. So it must have been a pretty crazy reality check for this kid when the waiter came over and informed him of the startling news that nobody saw coming that, yeah, they don't actually accept Robux as legal tender, right? So eventually the waiter comes back, notices that the check isn't paid, and Ben is like, oh, sorry, I'll need one more second. Can you give us a second, please? Please. And the waiter kind of looks at him suspiciously because I think the waiter was starting to realize that there's going to be some issues when it comes to payments here. There's going to be a few little complications when it comes to the payments going on over here. And anyways, they're all sitting around the table. And so Dennis has started to realize what happened. Dennis realizes that this kid can't pay. And everyone else at the table, I don't think realizes yet. So Dennis, who's sitting right next to Ben, kind of leans over and is like, hey, man, is everything good? And Ben's like, yeah, bro, it's all good, bro. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? It's all good, bro. Like, it's literally all good. Like, I don't know what's up with you, but, like, I'm chilling, big chilling, bro. Like, I don't know, man. You're tweaking right now. I'm chilling. And Dennis is just looking at Ben with a total look of, dude, I know that something is up. So Ben's like, okay, man, like, Dennis is like, okay, bro, like, if anything's not good, let me know. I mean, I can be helpful. Kind of giving him an opportunity to backtrack his, I'm good, man, you're the one who's wrong. Like, obviously trying to give him a chance to backtrack on that. But no, Ben just keeps his like, no, bro, I'm good. Don't worry about me. So Dennis has realized that they're not leaving, and they probably won't be leaving for a second because there's no way to pay. And no one else brought their money, like the $5 they have in their piggy bank. No one brought their literal piggy bank and a hammer to smash it open. Dude, on an unrelated note, like I never had piggy banks, or actually I think I had one once, but I never opened it because I'd always feel so bad like smashing it because it was such a cute little pig or whatever. And I was like, bro, I can't smash that, dude. Yeah, but anyways, eventually the waiter comes back and is like, so, sir, looking at Ben, how will we be settling this? And Ben's like, can I talk to you for a second? And everyone at the table, when they hear that, I think they start to go, went. I think they start to realize that something is definitely up. So, yeah, Ben leaves the table with the waiter, and they go off and they talk. So while Dennis can't hear exactly what's going on right now, he can come up, from context clues, he realizes that basically Ben is probably admitting to him that he has a little bit of a situation going on right now and that they can't pay. And remember, people ordered like mega deluxe, mega extreme, extra gold flakes on top, hamburger, steak, filet mignon, like the most craziest cuts ever. They went all out because, I mean, bro said, everybody, go all out. It's on me, dude. I got you. Go as crazy as possible, man. Yeah, so people at the table are realizing that something is definitely up. And that's when they notice that Ben is walking back to the table. And Ben is walking back to the table with the waiter. But he's not just walking back to the table with only the waiter. You know things are about to go down because he's walking back to the table with the manager of the store. You know for a fact that things are not going to be good if you got to deal with the manager. Because I'm telling you, bro, the manager only comes out to tell you, hey, man, sorry to say it, but there's poison in your food. My fault, bro. Like, enjoy the next 2 hours of your life. Or like if you're coming, the manager, what I'm trying to say is the manager never shows his face, dude, at least not in the restaurants I go to. So when like Ben is like, hey guys, ha ha ha, and everyone at the table looks at him and then they look up at the manager and the manager starts yelling at everyone. The manager's like yelling at them about like personal responsibility, whatever. They're like, the manager's like, you guys should have been like, what, you can't order all this food with no intent to pay? And probably everyone at the table was all like confused or whatever because they're probably thinking to themselves, no intent to pay? Like, what are you talking about? Because I'm sure that a lot of them started to realize that like Ben was not good for his money. But at the same time, like, bro, it's not really on them. Like if I go out to a restaurant and someone's like, dude, get whatever you want, bro. Like, don't worry, bro. It's literally on me. I got you. then like, I don't know, man. I don't think I would, I don't know. I wouldn't expect like 10 minutes later for the manager of the restaurant to come over and start yelling at me because I wasn't able to pay for it, right? Like, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for these kids. So the manager is like lecturing them, being like, you guys didn't just order food. You ordered like a crazy amount of food. You ordered like the nicest food possible. You got all the sides. You got all the extras, and you had no intent to pay for it. If you made it this far into the video, comment food down below. That'll be the secret word of the day. And check the pinned comment for a link to the Spotify where these stories are uploaded as well. Anyways, though, so yeah, like they're all being yelled at. The manager's super angry at them. And it's like eventually, like, and the waiter's kind of just standing there awkwardly because, bro, I know the fact for the waiter's just some like 20-year-old kid who's just trying to get like a job, right? I don't think he really cares. But like the manager, like this is his restaurant, bro. So like this really affects him. So he's like all mad and yelling at them. And eventually the manager, like, cause I don't know, there's only so much use. Like it's not really that useful to just sit there and yell at someone. And like, obviously all the kids were pretty uncomfortable by this. And probably the person who was the most uncomfortable was Ben, because remember guys, this meal was supposed to like buy back their friendship, but it completely backfired as he basically got them into a terrible situation yet again. Like this is definitely not going to help his chances to get like back with the boys or whatever, right? So eventually the manager's like, okay, in his head he's probably like, this is not productive, but it can be. So the manager says, you know what? I will let this go, but you guys got to work off, like you guys basically got to work off your tab. So he says, we go till 10 at night. It's 6 now. You guys are going to be working the next 4 hours, right? So sure enough, they were all assigned different jobs around the restaurant. Some of them had to do like kitchen duty. Some of them had to go back and do dishes. Some of them had to go around cleaning. And it was Ben and Dennis who were assigned to cleaning the bathrooms, dude. Probably one of the worst jobs you could get. So Ben and Dennis, they walk into the bathroom with like the cleaning material or whatever. And Ben is just so down. He's like, dude, oh my God, I messed up so bad. I genuinely thought you could use Robux to buy things in real life too. And Dennis kind of looks at him, and Dennis both feels a little bad, but also he's like, you thought you could use Robux to buy things? What? Because I don't know, bro. I feel like at least in 6th or 7th grade, because I don't know which one. They were in one of the two, right? I feel like by that time, you just kind of realize that you can't be using video game currency. Like never, not even in 2nd grade, did I go around and try and use my Lego Star Wars tokens I got in the Wii game I was playing to try and buy something in real life, dude. So yeah, I mean, at this point, Ben is like, he's on the brink of tears. He's like, I just wanted to be friends with you guys again. Like, I know I was such a jerk years ago, but that was years ago. I thought this would be a great idea, but now I totally ruined it. Like, I mean, everyone here is going to hate me for what I did. They all have to spend the rest of their Friday night, like, doing chores and stuff. Like, it's all because of me. And, you know, Dennis kind of looks at him, and Dennis is like, look, dude, look, yes, we do have to spend the rest of our Friday night because, you know, you made a mistake here. But also, you know, look, you had no intention for this. Like, your intention was to take us out and for us to have a great time. And I think the guys are going to be a little upset at first. But look, man, I'll talk to them. I'll make sure your intentions are super clear with them. And I'll make sure that they know, like, I'll talk with them. I'll reason with them. And I'll make sure that they realize that this wasn't your fault and that you were trying to do something nice. Yeah, so the next 4 hours went by pretty slowly, but eventually they were done. When the parents came to pick them up at like 8, because they were supposed to be there for a little while, but they still had to work 2 more hours, so Ben had to go talk to his mom about, I wasn't able to pay or whatever, and Ben's mom probably could have gone in and like paid the tab or whatever, but she was pretty upset for some reason, so she's like, fine, you guys will work the next 2 hours, which is, if I was the parent, I would have just paid the tab and been like, all right, let's go. But yeah, the next day or in Monday, so a couple days later in school, Ben like is just sitting alone at lunch, and Dennis and all of his friends that he took out find him, sit down at the table with him, and Ben kind of looks up like, aren't you guys mad at me or something? And Dennis is like, look, I talked with the guys, like, we get what you wanted to do was like, you know, good, like, we get your intentions were good. Next time, like, let's just go out somewhere free. You don't need to pay, like, you don't need to pay for a friendship, bro. We forgive you. And yeah, they had a really good rest of their lunch. And from that point on, they were boys again.